A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Green Bay Packers. With my good friend Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we have arrived at another new season. Had a little more pep in my step this morning. I know you did as well. Here we go.
Yeah, when you went out for your 5-mile jog, you were flying. You did it in record time because you were psyched up about this game. Let's be frank about it. No more radio shows, no more podcasts, no more just predicting what's going to happen. Now we get to see it on the field.
So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They are led out by an 8-time Pro Bowler in his 16th season out of Cal. It's Aaron Rodgers.
A lot of people thought the Packers might struggle a bit in 2019, but that was not the case. 13 wins, a trip to the NFC Championship game, and they were led by their quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, who led their team to a Super Bowl title after the 2010 season. And many thought that was the first of what would be many more. So precise with the football. 26 touchdown passes last year and just 4 interceptions. He knows how to get it downfield and still take care of it as well.
Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
A gain of 12.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down. So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Past the 20. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Packers.
Touchdown.
Aaron Jones. 49 yards. And the Packers have taken the early lead. We thought they may be a quick strike offense this season. That is lightning quick. Not bad for the first drive of the year.
That has to actually exceed expectations, doesn't it? Because most teams want to be a quick strike offense. They want to score as quickly as possible and run a defense into submission. What they have to understand is, while they got it done there, long way to go. Don't get discouraged if you have to run a few more plays on your next drive.
Taken in the end zone. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out. Under center for the Vikings, out comes the former Michigan State Spartan and longtime veteran Kirk Cousins.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, the other team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4. Second and 6, just inside the 30.
At the 29-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup.
On play action, Cousins. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Kirk Cousins sacked.
And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. Back deep is Tavon Austin. This is brought in at the 21. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And it'll be Packer football here, first down and 10.
At their own 47-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they get another shot here with a first and 10. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8. From midfield, here's Rodgers. That's caught by Jackson.
Rodgers pass.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
A gain of 6 yards. And
working from the gun, Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
It's easy to see when we review this that throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. And Adams has it complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Fourth down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10.
Rodgers.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
On the tackle. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the Vikings' 15-yard line.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. This is caught.
Rodgers.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
Touchdown.
A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers add 6 to their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. That time a 6-play drive. And the result, a Green Bay score. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They went 3 and out on their first drive of the new season. Not an ideal beginning as they start drive number 2, 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. But Dalvin Cook's best game of 2019 came against these Packers. It was in week 2 early in the season, but he had 154 yards and a touchdown on the ground. So his Viking Packer pressure, and down he goes.
By Rashawn Gary.
Someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, but it leads to 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, fun on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line.
Jones, the ball
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
7-yard line.
Oh, they'll try the jet sweep here with Lazard. Try! Touchdown! Alan Lazard, 47 yards. And the Packers add on to their lead. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
And it is now 21-0. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and Abdullah will not try to bring it out.
at their own 25-yard.
The Vikings now heading onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all of these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Well, Charles, we take a look here at the draft class for this offense. Overall, what are your thoughts?
Well, you know the fans don't want to hear it, but it always takes two.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Christian Kirksey.
13 yards.
What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
Nothing. Our score after one.
The score, Packers 21, Vikings nothing.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now Austin. Return of 65 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
When you got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach, but it's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they mishit the ball and kick it right to him.
Extra point try now for Crosby. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So his big play capability in full display there as he's able to return that punt for a touchdown. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. Fielded in the end zone, and Abdullah will not try to bring it out.
10. At their own 20.
Here's Kirk Cousins now, the centerpiece of our player spotlight. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last drive, 3-and-out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3-and-out on the last possession, that tells you just how strong they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And it's pretty evident when you watch how Minnesota plays, just how important Dalvin Cook is to their offense. 1,000-yard rusher a year before, the first one the Vikings had since Adrian Peterson was dominating their carries. And having Cook in the lineup for the bulk of the season, that made Minnesota exactly what their head coach Mike Zimmer wanted them to be. A much more physical team that complemented their defense.
A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. Draw play, Cousins to Cook. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Cousins hands to Dalvin.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Here's Britton Colquitt now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 16.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer, and put your defense in a bad spot.
Harrison.
The tackle made there by Harrison Smith. Jones. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
He was brought down by Todd Davis. A gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. He'll buy some time right. This is caught by Jackson. And he's going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion for Deshaun Jackson. That's number 600, his 600th catch in his career.
Oh, boy, is he explosive. Always has been, always will be as a receiver. And it's not just running past people downfield. It's catching the short passes underneath, the bubble screens. Just get the ball in his hands, and a big play awaits.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. He's got Adams on the hookup. There he goes, right side. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And this offense continues to pour it on. Now Crosby for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it ends with a Packers touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fields it in the middle of the end zone, and Abdullah will not try to bring it out.
At their own 25-yard line.
We remind you lots more to come here in this opening weekend of the Return to Football 2020. Coming up later tonight, it's the national debut of SoFi Stadium in Southern California. The Cowboys and the Rams doing battle there. And then 2 more to finish off the week on Monday Night Football. The Steelers and Giants from MetLife Stadium and the Titans and Broncos from Mile High. They were looking for Johnson that time. And it's 2nd down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Cousins. Looking now, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
Third down, Dalvin Cook. He won't go down. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Not at all what they envisioned on third down. 3 yards in the wrong direction.
What do you think, Brandon? I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that. Right there, they get a nice push into the offensive backfield.
Great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. Now Aaron Rodgers and the offense heading back onto the field. Yeah, they have had success on the ground, really as a team, doing well carrying the football. So maybe a little less pressure on his shoulders as the quarterback.
Any pressure he's carrying right now, that's self-inflicted, right? He's taking it on. He doesn't need to. Continue to do what you just said. Let everyone else carry the football. That's been effective. Don't have to worry about him throwing the ball in all the situations now. That's got to be a good feeling if he just relaxes and lets it keep coming to him.
Yeah, and relax and enjoy the second quarter lead right now. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And this is caught at the end. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Packers are pouring it on.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10.
Adam Thielen and the rest of the Vikings offense, they get set for their next possession. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with
Packer pressure, and down he goes. Christian Kirksey able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Another try after the first down sack. Cousins. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. On 3rd down, it's Cook, and they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Colquitt on the kick as he sends it away. Here's Austin. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. The final shot before half for Rodgers. The left side throw complete to Adams. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll kick things off with a trip up to Ford Field. Detroit hosting Chicago in an NFC North battle. And it's the Lions who hold on to the lead in that one. Marvin Jones, a touchdown catch in that first half. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And that one is at halftime as they lead the visiting Eagles. 2 touchdown passes for the veteran Alex Smith. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And you can see they have the lead over the visiting Seahawks. Todd Gurley with 2 touchdowns there. In our game has been Aaron Rodgers, who was on target in the first half. His 3 touchdown passes have his guys out in front as we hand things back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Taken in the end zone. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's second down.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up
now Cousins. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
As the tight end position continues to grow in importance and gain respect, you understand even more why the Vikings selected Irv Smith out of Alabama in 2019 in the second round. They already had a big-time tight end in Kyle Rudolph, but now with Smith, you diversify the offense. You've got 2 big targets who can go down the middle of the field and make big catches. Expect that trend to continue in 2020.
Pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Cousins now from the 50. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 37. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
I don't care how you look at it, how you cut it, how you parse it. Adam Thielen continues to be an absolute marvel, coming from where he did, Division III football, to being one of the top receivers in the NFL. But it's going to be vital for the Vikings in 2020 to keep number 19 on the field, especially since he lost his old running mate Stephon Diggs to the Buffalo Bills. And a hamstring injury last year really held his numbers in check. His lowest receiving yardage since 2015. Look for another breakout from Adam Thielen after plays like that.
38-yard line.
38-yard line, 2nd and 11. They run it again with Cook. And this Green Bay defense making that play look a lot like the previous one. Both tackles behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. The throw complete to Beebe. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Here's Britton Colquitt now. He's been terrific so far. He gets this away as he'll wisely, I'd say, angle this to the sideline.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. Not much there, only a yard.
Brings up second and
on play action. Now Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. Broken tackle. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
He's brought down at the 40.
On second and a yard. Rodgers. On the crossing route, complete. It's Adams. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay.
17.
4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers continue to roll. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done. It's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
Extra point try now for Crosby. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the result, a Green Bay score. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded in the end zone. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out.
At their own 25.
And now out comes Minnesota. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
He gets it left side to Johnson. That catch good for only a couple. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Cousins gives way to Cook. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Number 33.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40.
And the running back position just continues to evolve from what I saw as a youngster when you just took the ball from the quarterback and ran as far as you could. Nowadays, you've got to be able to catch the ball as well. And there were 15 running backs last season, partner. that ran for over 1,000 yards, but only 3 had 500 or more receiving yards as well. Leonard Fournette with Jacksonville, Christian McCaffrey, of course, with Carolina, and this guy right here, Dalvin Cook.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
On 2nd and 12, Cousins. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 18. And now they'll take a knee here. And my partner now is speechless, and so am I. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers, slant to Adams. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 16 yards, a first down.
A gain of 16 yards. First down.
The first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. 30, the 20, 10. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
Touchdown.
Jamal Williams. 67 yards as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
So that'll back him up 5. Another attempt now from 5 yards further back. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was Jamal Williams who ended things with a touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out.
At their own 20.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll look to throw right away. They're quickly to Thielen here. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed. Because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Cousins on 3rd and 2. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
No gain on the play.
I know you've got a baseball background, right?
A little bit. Started minor league ball.
Yeah, you did some of that, right? What do they do when they do the signals? An indicator, right?
Whether it goes or not, yeah.
Yeah, whether the play's on or not. How about the indicators offensive linemen give when they're getting ready to run a screen pass? And if those get red, well, we just saw that there, didn't we?
No gain.
No gain. Deciphered it and finished the play off.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Out comes Devontae Adams in the offense for their next drive. What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdowns.
We knew he'd be part of the game plan in a big way, and it has been in a very big way. This O-line's been great. They've got the big lead, so give them a pass there, I guess.
Yeah, I would think so, because if we were grading them on their performance in this game, a lot of pluses in their boxes so far.
The false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. This one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. That's caught. It's Robert Tonyan, the tight end.
Rodgers pass.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
4 yards on the play.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
A 1st down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. They'll break the huddle and come out with 4 receivers, 3 of them to the right side. 2nd and 7.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
And a Packer 1st down.
On 1st down, Rodgers escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the 1st down.
And he's got room. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Only the Titans converted more red zone opportunities into touchdowns than the Packers last year, and they've got an opportunity here, first and goal. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got it first and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here. Flush to his right. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. Now Crosby for the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was finished off with a 10-yard touchdown scamper. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken in the end zone. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out.
First and 10 at their own 25.
And out now come the Vikings. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
He will find the rookie from LSU. That's Justin Jefferson. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
First and 10 at the 30.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Gain of 4. It's now second and 6.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. And it's incomplete. Justin Jefferson, the rookie, his intended receiver. But it's going to be second down.
Brings up second and 10.
They'll throw again. Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They get into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. Into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Nothing.
Extra point up and good by Crosby, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded in the end zone. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out.
10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get... And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. The job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Another try after the first down sack. Cousins. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. But now it'll be 3rd down.
3rd down and 20.
One last shot now for Cousins. And a heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, offer a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Packers, you can't ask for a better start as they pitch a shutout here in the opener. And they'll return home next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they obviously fall to